What's up, you guys? This is Jay Young2 back with another video, and in this video today, I'm going to be discussing the truth about the Philadelphia 76ers. Enjoy. Over the years, the Philadelphia 76ers, in my personal opinion, has been one of the most disappointing teams in the NBA. Yes, the 76ers a few seasons ago was already known as one of the worst teams in basketball. This team, they were absolutely trash. But this team, over the course of few years, they were quickly developing their young core and growing each and every season to the point where this team is a consistent playoff team out in the Eastern Conference, which is really impressive. And give the 76ers credit for building a really good roster throughout the NBA draft. Of course, getting Ben Simmons with the number one pick and getting Joel Embiid as well. And with these two, they have a solid team to build around, especially for the future. Of course, there has been, over the past few years, many talks about trading away Ben Simmons or trading away Joel Embiid and basically restarting this team because of the lack of winning. Because the 76ers, 2 years ago when they had Jimmy Butler on the roster, this team was definitely expected to make the Eastern Conference Finals because that was a loaded team, especially with Jimmy Butler at the time. He really did build that confidence, and really he was the main guy on that 76ers team, and losing him obviously was a big blow for this team. But when you're looking at it on paper, that Philadelphia 76ers team was loaded. It was very, very loaded with players, and they went from having the style of a team that they have right now today back then to a team that was top heavy. But really, it never really worked. This team, they really never had that chemistry that they were supposed to have. And the 76ers made a good choice in firing Brett Brown. Yes, he was for the 76ers coach for multiple seasons, and he definitely helped that team become the team that it is today. But the team, each and every season, they were not truly living up to the expectations that they could be living up to. And now, with the hiring of Doc Rivers, I feel like the 76ers, coaching is so much you can only do with the coaching. It's just about how the players play at the end of the day. I still feel like Doc Rivers can definitely help out this team, especially with the signing of Daryl Morey as the team president. This guy, he's definitely going to make a lot of moves, and he already has acquired Seth Curry from the Dallas Mavericks, getting rid of Al Horford's disgusting contract, trading Josh Richardson. In my opinion, I feel like he would have been still a really good player on that team, but trading him away to the Dallas Mavericks for Seth Curry. And adding Seth Curry to the roster, what are you adding to this team? Shooting. This is what the 76ers is all about now. And this is what Daryl Morey is all about. We knew what he did with the Houston Rockets. This team, they lived and died by the three-pointer. And he's making the 76ers team have more shooting. This is what they lacked over the few years. Because personally, Joel Embiid strictly, yes, he can shoot threes really good, but he strictly needs to really be focusing on dominating in the paint. Because this guy, he's the best center in the entire NBA. He doesn't constantly need to be shooting threes each and every single time. And when you surround Ben Simmons with shooters as well, you're opening up a lot more opportunities for this team. When you look back at the 76ers, as I said a few seasons ago, when they had Dario Saric, Marco Bellinelli, JJ Redick, this team, they were loaded with shooting. That's what really made that team really good. And when they went out and they traded all those guys away for star players, that's when things really never was really the same for the 76ers. And now they're going back to what they started on doing again. Also, when you get rid of Al Horford's contract, that definitely helps them out when it comes to the salary cap. Not to mention, the 76ers also got Dwight Howard, another really good pickup. Dwight Howard definitely proved himself in the Lakers that he's still more than capable of being a solid player on this team. And when you add Ben Simmons in that as well, a guy who is going to be the primary ball handler and a great playmaker as well, Dwight Howard is definitely going to fit right in perfectly for the 76ers team. And not to mention at the shooting guard position, Shake Milton is definitely going to make a huge push as well. He's definitely improved each and every season for the 76ers. He played a really good part, especially in the playoffs. And coming into next season, I feel like he's definitely going to be a really big piece for the 76ers team. And still, when you look at the factors that Ben Simmons is still improving on his game, this guy's already arguably one of the best defenders already in the league. And you can even make an argument that he could possibly win Defensive Player of the Year next year because that's how good of a defender he is. You have Joel Embiid in the midst of his prime, so this 76ers team is definitely going to be a lot better next season. And obviously, too, we've heard trade rumors about them trying to get James Harden, and obviously now we know that that's not going to happen. But possibly the 76ers, they could get somebody else maybe in the future. They still have Tobias Harris on the team as well, and let's not forget that. This 76ers team next year is definitely going to be better, in my opinion, because they don't have as a top-heavy of a roster as they did compared to over the last few years. They have a lot more depth on their roster now. And you add that with shooting and the star power that they have, this team can definitely compete out in the Eastern Conference as well. But overall, the 76ers, they did a good job this offseason. They definitely got rid of the bad pieces that were on their roster, and they replaced those guys. They got rid of bad contracts as well. And they have positioned themselves definitely to possibly compete out in the Eastern Conference again, possibly going to the Eastern Conference Finals this season, and much better for the future. Because this team has definitely made some mistakes over the years, and there's been some disappointments that they've had over the years as well too. So hopefully, coming into next season, the 76ers, they definitely can have a sense of direction, especially if they compete much further this season in a very tough Eastern Conference. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more basketball content. Have a good day. Peace.